Existence endures because simples are immutable.
Positive feedback loop, right? So it's like what I enjoy helps me with survival, and survival allows me to keep enjoying this thing, right? It's like a feedback loop. Um, and I guess all I'm saying is that this person might think that his second pleasure is not really that relevant anymore because it doesn't really add to survival. I personally, I don't see a reason why this person should give up one of his preferences just because it doesn't aid in survival. But some people like to sort of like optimize everything. Like some people are really focused on productivity and say, well, actually, like doing anything that is like that it doesn't produce or help in survival, doesn't produce money, like playing video games or something. All of that is unproductive, and it would be better. It's a better use of time to like hone your skills or something. So I guess that's where my question is coming from.
I would say I think that the focus on survival it 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 loses it directs your focus away from what's important. Survival, you begin to value your life to the extent that you feel that your life is worth living. And the only way to get that feeling that your life is worth living, to gain, the important virtues, you know, um, the important virtues of, um, whimsy, confidence, self-love. Um, these you gain these when you see that you are causally efficacious at producing your enjoyment, and therefore that your life is worth living and that you are worthy to live. You are worthy to you are worthy to stay alive because you are capable of producing the kinds of outcomes that are worth living for. Now, um, the focus on like optimizing for survival, this it doesn't come into the picture when you approach it from the aesthetic point of view first. When you approach it from the enjoyment point of view first, what what comes into focus is optimizing for enjoyment and not for survival. Now, survival is of course a bottleneck. It's a linchpin, and so you will naturally always prefer to stay alive. But that zest for life comes about because your life is worth living, because you esteem yourself worthy to live, and you evaluate your life as having a cornucopia of experiences that are worth staying alive to experience. And so I think a person who's like optimizing for survival is perhaps not he's not engaged in an aesthetic reification loop, and therefore, he's like his focus is misdirected, and the reason for that is because he's probably not, taking his aesthetic ideals seriously. Because if he was, then his optimization focus would immediately shift to enjoyment, because enjoyment, his aesthetic ideal and enjoyment are self-sufficiently compelling, and they are all encompassing. They take up all of your attention and all of your energy. They take up all of your reverie and they take up all of your fantasy, your whimsy, all of it. All of your childlike wonder, all of it. It directs all of these and it consumes them entirely. And so there's no when you are taking your aesthetic ideal seriously, there is nothing else to focus on, because your aesthetic ideal just has consumed so much of your focus that it's not possible for you to be focusing on anything else. You understand? It's totalizing. Um, and so
Right.
yeah,
And also,
go on.
uh, also somebody that does that, like let's say somebody is working and also has this quote unquote unproductive source of pleasure, and let's say that this person decides to kill this source of pleasure for the sake of survival. to improve to optimize for survival, that person technically is sort of saying, because of survival, I need to give up part of my aesthetic ideal. I need to kill part of my aesthetic ideal in the name of survival. But then it would be basically, and to resolve the issue of survival is pointless if your life is not worth living. That person is basically saying, I will make my life worth living not by actually achieving my aesthetic ideal, but by killing the parts that are not achievable, and by sort of changing it to something more realistic. And I don't know, to me that sounds like something that you will completely disagree with.